The Teddy 16 finally released, ALD finally shipped, and did a wider release of the 650R, and we got updates to highly anticipated collabs. Welcome to this month's episode of Best New Balances of the Month. As usual, I'll be doing an overview of my favorite GRs and collaborations that released during the month of April, as well as highlight any notable reveals that were revealed during the month of April that are upcoming. First, I'm going to talk about the notable GRs that released during the month of April. First, we had a plethora of 550 GRs. Some of my favorites were from a new color blocking pack. One of them was a white and burgundy pair, one of them was a white and green pair. Those two had similar style codes and have the same color blocking. They're very simple and clean, and from what I can tell, the people that wanted them were able to get them, so that was really nice. Another really fire GR was this cream and black 550. This is a very fire looking pair. I love the cream color, and it's a very low-key heat type of pair. It's not just a black and white 550, it's a cream and black 550, and it goes well with any outfit, and it has that low-key heat type of vibes. The next two great GRs that released in April are basically an inverse of each other. One of them was a blue and yellow and white colorway, and the other one was a yellow, blue, and white colorway. As I said, they're like an inverse of each other. I really love this color blocking. It's very reminiscent of the burgundy and teal 550 that I really liked that released a while back. These are very nice colorways. As I said, I really enjoy the color blocking, and hopefully they have an even wider release so more people can acquire these great colorways. And next up, we have the Conversations Amongst Us pack, spearheaded by Joe Freshgoods. The first two shoes that released as part of this project were a 2002R and a 550. Obviously, the 2002R and the 550 are probably the two most popular silhouettes from New Balance, excluding made models, and I gotta say, Joe Freshgoods and his team definitely did their magic on these. They look really nice. I really love the aged yellow look of both pairs. I heard these went by real fast. They all sold out, and they're reselling for a decent price, so I definitely recommend pulling the trigger on these since they were pretty limited, and they're probably very popular colorways for the summer and even the upcoming fall season. I can imagine them being good in the fall as well. It's a really simple shoe, but it's that aged yellow look, and I think it's really interesting how they used canvas on the 550 and they used different materials on the 2002R as well. Overall, a great start to a nice project. Next, we had a random drop of a 990 V3 colorway, and the style code was M990GJ3. What was really interesting about this colorway was that most of it is leather, and from what I could tell in the pictures, the leather looks really nice, buttery and soft, has a kind of tumble texture as well, and with recent experience with leather on New Balance made models, I can probably say that this shoe probably has excellent leather quality. It's a really simple colorway, but I think it's really cool how they switched up the materials. I entered a raffle on Extra Butter when these randomly showed up. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but a few people were able to get pairs, and they look great in hand. So hopefully these get a wider release. Next up, we have a 2002R in a cream brown and indigo blue colorway. This colorway looks so fire. That shade of indigo with the accents of cream and brown just works so well together. It's a great shoe. The colorway looks really nice. The color combination just works so well together, and it's another fire 2002R general release colorway. Hopefully they get a wider release. The first three colorways of the Teddy 16 dropped last week, and they were basically all the same colorway, but on three different silhouettes. I have an early pair of the V2. I managed to cop a pair of the V1s off of Kith. It looks like the V1 a lot of people just didn't really care about, or they just had a big stock of. You can still probably cop the V1 for retail if you haven't already, but unfortunately the V3 seemed to be the most sought after pair and most limited pair. I'm gonna try to cop a pair for a good price on the aftermarket. As I said months before, I hope to get all 16 pairs from the Teddy 16 collection and make a great video about it, but right now I have 2 out of the 16 pairs acquired. Hopefully I can track down a pair of V3s for a good price. Hopefully the price drops, and man, Teddy is one talented man. This gray, brown, and like olive green colorway just works so well on all three 990 versions, and I'm excited to see a wider release of the rest of the Teddy 16. And now I'm gonna go over the notable collabs that released during the month of April. First up, the 650R pre-orders from ALD finally shipped and people were able to get them in hand, and ALD also did a wider release of the 650R as well as drop a red colorway of the 650R. The 650R was one of my most anticipated New Balance silhouettes of 2022. I'm really excited to get them in hand. It's basically just a high top version of the 550, and I personally like highs over lows. I know a lot of people like the cleaner look of the 550, but I personally think highs just look so fresh on feet, and it's great that the ALD 650Rs aren't going for too much on the aftermarket, and almost everyone who wanted a pair was able to get a pair. Next up, we have a Basement Approved 2002R collaboration. This collaboration was really limited. A lot of people who wanted them weren't able to get them. Unfortunately, they are also going for a real pretty penny on the aftermarket, and man, I mean, it's a 2002R collab in a brown and black colorway. Brown and black colorways always sell out, and it being a limited collab means that this collaboration is very sought after, and unfortunately, if you want them, you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny. Speaking of very limited and clean colorway collabs, we have the Dover Street Market 991 collaboration. This 991 is a very simple and clean colorway. The 991 is a very dope silhouette. The quality on the collaboration looks really good. Unfortunately, as I alluded to, this collaboration was very limited and almost no one was able to get them, and I don't think they'll get a wider release. I like the colorway, but I didn't like it enough to even try, and I'm definitely not paying a pretty penny on the aftermarket. Next up, we got 3 new colorways of the very wild Salehi Bembury 574 year. Last year, Salehi Bembury debuted his own original silhouette from New Balance in a gray and like a blue, orange, and olive oatmeal colorway. Obviously, I got the gray shark skin colorway, and this year he released 3 more colorways of his wild silhouette. One of the colorways was a blue, green, and teal colorway, and that colorway was exclusive to Salehi's site via sponge.com. There was also a pretty low-key black, almost all black colorway. I think there were accents of purple on it as well. And then there was my favorite colorway of the 3, a blue and pink and white colorway. All 3 colorways are really nice. I personally really love the Salehi Bembury yurt. I think it's a really wild shoe in of itself, and the fact that it has a whistle on the heel is even crazier. But because I already have the gray colorway, I didn't go for any, and as I'm gonna say a lot, I need to save my money for the rest of the Teddy 16, but if I were to buy a pair, I definitely go for that pink and blue colorway. I think it looks the best of the 3. And what's nice is that a lot of people who wanted them were able to get them, and resale for all 3 of the colorways aren't even that bad. Next up, we have the Size 550 collaboration. This pack consisted of 3 different 550 colorways, all in pretty neutral earth tones. What was special about them was that they used suede on the upper as well as Cordura fabric. This was a really popular collab, and it was really hard to get, and resale for them is actually pretty high. I personally really didn't care for this pack. I don't even really like any of the colorways. I know I'm in the minority, but I personally just didn't really like this collaboration pack. But for those that did, they had a real hard time getting this pack, and it looks like resale is pretty bad for these. I don't know if they'll get a wider release, but from what I can tell, it was a very limited collaboration. Next up, we have the Johnny 2002R collaboration pack. So Johnny is a European women's fashion brand, and they collaborated on 2 2002R colorways. They're both very similar, both use mostly the same color palette, mostly white with green accents. Reminds me a lot of some previous Casablanca collaboration colorways. Both of these are really clean, and they're definitely going to be great for the summer. I personally didn't go for them, but I still really like them, and it looks like these aren't reselling for too high. So if you still want them for the summer, you won't have to pay too much. And lastly, we have the Kawaii 2 and Goosebumps collaboration. This Kawaii 2 consists of mostly black with accents of neon green and orange, and it's a collaboration with Kawaii's favorite childhood book series, Goosebumps. I think they knocked it out of the park with this collaboration. I think the colorway looks great, and I think it's really cool that Goosebumps and Kawai are doing a collaboration together. It's a very nice pair. Almost all pairs are still in stock, so if you want them for the court or just for casual wear, you can still get them for retail. And now I'm gonna go over all of the notable reveals from April. First up, we have the Made in UK 40th Anniversary Pack. Slated for a global release on May 5th, this pack consists of a multitude of Made in UK silhouettes, and they're all very simple colorways, and they're meant to highlight the 40th anniversary of the New Balance Made in UK line. And hopefully they'll have a really wide release and a lot of people will be able to cop pairs. And next up, we got a reveal of 2002R Mule shoes. Mule type shoes, they're basically just like slip-on versions of normal sneakers, have been really popular within the past year, and it looks like New Balance is jumping on that train with their most popular silhouette in the 2002R. I personally really don't like mules, and I think these look kind of stupid, but these are probably going to be very popular, and they're probably going to sell out real fast, and it's definitely a wild looking shoe. I don't like mules, but they're upcoming this year, and it's definitely going to be an interesting release. And now I'm going to move on to the collaboration reveals of April. First, I'm going to give two quick updates to two highly anticipated collaborations. First up, we have the Jound Black and Brown 990v3. We got an update from the official Jound Instagram page. These are slated to release for the spring-summer season. Seeing as spring is almost over and summer's about to begin in the next month, it looks like they're going to release during the summer, and hopefully the release goes smooth. Next up, Joe Freshgoods said that in the next few weeks, his 9060 Inside Voices collaboration will drop. This 9060 collaboration is very wild. I mean, the silhouette itself is already wild, but Joe Freshgoods' colorway on this is also really wild, and it's gonna be an interesting release. And next, we got a first look at one of my most anticipated collaborations of the year with the Carhartt Work in Progress 990v1. This collaboration looks really fire with the hairy navy suede and the accents of tan. It's a low-key heat type of collaboration, and there are some small Carhartt Work in Progress branding around the tongue as well. Looks like a really dope shoe, and I'm excited to see the 990v1 get even more love. And next up, we have a Bape 5740 colorway collaboration pack. This is yet another Bape New Balance collaboration, this time on the 5740. One of the colorways is a simple light gray camo colorway, and the other one is a wild multicolor Bape camo colorway. I personally like the multicolor camo colorway better. It's definitely an interesting collab. There's no official release date yet, but it's definitely an interesting collab, and I think I might try to go for that multicolor colorway. And finally, we got a teaser of an upcoming Bricks and Wood New Balance collaboration from Casey Lynch. I personally can't tell from this image what the silhouette is gonna be. I just hope it's a made model. Bricks and Wood absolutely killed it with their collaboration last year on the 5740. I thought that colorway was really fire, and I'm excited to see what this new collaboration is gonna be, and hopefully it releases soon. So what were your guys' favorite releases or reveals from April? Let me know. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Follow me on my socials. Thank you to all my Patreon backers. Check out the Intelligent site for more New Balance content, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.